Hello everyone, I Anu Dhariwal welcome you all to the class once again. So children, we are doing the chapter 3 questions from your NCERT textbook Honeycomb. Let us move ahead with the chapter today. So children, last time where we left, the king's enemy, the bearded man, asked for the king's forgiveness. So I said we will discuss it in the next class whether the king forgave his enemy or not. So let us begin with the chapter. This is the last part of this chapter, children. So please listen to it carefully and also read it with me. The king was very happy to have made peace with his enemy so easily and to have won him over as a friend. He not only forgave him but said he would send his servants and his own doctor to look after him, and he promised to give back the man his property. So children, finally the king not only forgave him, he not only forgave his enemy, but the king was very happy. Why? Because it was so easy. He had so easily made his enemy a friend. He promised the man that he is not only forgiving him, but he will also send his servants and his own doctor to take care of him. He also promised that he will return his property back to him. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked around for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to get answers to his questions. Now, after having made the peace with his enemy, the king went out and started to look for the hermit, because he wished that before going back, if I can get answers to my 3 questions. The hermit was on his knees sowing seeds in the beds that had been dug the day before. So you remember the day before, the king and the hermit, both of them were digging the beds. Now today the hermit is sowing seeds in the same beds. The king went up to the hermit and said, "For the last time I beg you to answer my questions, wise men." So he said, "For the last time I am begging you, please answer my questions." "You have already been answered," said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking up at the king as he stood before him. So the hermit was still bending down to the ground, but he replied, "You have already been answered." Now the king said, "How have I been answered? What do you mean?" The hermit said, "Do you not see? If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away. Then that man would have attacked you, and you would have wished you had stayed with me." So he said, "If you would have not pitied my weakness yesterday, and if you wouldn't have waited here with me to help me, you would have gone back. And if you would have gone, that man who was waiting to attack you, he would have killed you, and only then you would have wished to stay back." So he said, the most important time was when you were digging the beds, and I was the most important man, and to do me good was your most important business. He said, the time when you were digging the beds was the most important time. I was the most important man, and to do me good was your most important business. Afterwards, when the man ran to us, the most important time was when you were caring for him, because if you had not dressed his wounds, he would have died without having made peace with you. He said, after that time, the most important time was when you were caring for that man, because if you wouldn't have dressed his wounds, he would have died, and he would have died without making peace with you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was your most important business. So in answers to his 3 questions, children, now how did the king get his 3 answers? Just pay attention. Hermit said, "Remember then, there is only one time that is important, and that time is now." This is the answer to his first question, that what is the important time to start something. This was the king's first question. So the answer is, there is only one time that is important, and that time is now. Why? It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. Whatever you can do, children, you can only do it now, in the present. You can never go back to the past to change something or to do something, and you can never go to the future to do something. We do not have that power. The power that we have to do something is only now. So now is the most important time. The most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment. The second question, what was the second question? The second question was, who is the most important man? So, answer to the second question is, the most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment. For no one knows what will happen in the future and whether we will meet anyone else. The person you are with at a particular time is the most important person in your life, children. Because again, we do not know what is going to happen in the future, who we will be with in the future, who will we see again, who will we not see. So the most important person for you is the person in a particular moment. This is the answer to the second question. And the third question, that what is the most important business to do, or what is the most important thing to do? Answer to this question is, the most important business is to do that person good, because we were sent into this world for that purpose alone. So to do good to someone is the most important thing to do, because we are sent in the world with this purpose. This was the end of the chapter, children. This is how the king got answer to his 3 questions. With the answer to the king's 3 questions, children, this chapter also gives you a moral. Not just one moral, but 3 of them. We can repeat them. The most important time. There is only one time that is important, and that time is now. If you want to do something, do it now. Second moral that the story gives us is, who is the most important person in your life, if you ever think. So always the most important person in your life will be the person you are with at a particular moment. And the third moral that the chapter gives you is, what is the most important thing to do in your life? The most important thing to do in your life is to do good to others. Always be good and polite to others. So this was the story 3 Questions by Leo Tolstoy, children. I hope I would have made myself very clear to you, and you would have enjoyed the story thoroughly. With these words, I would like to conclude the session for today. We'll see you in the next class soon with a new topic. Till then, take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.